Step Up is a training and development programme designed to support those facing barriers to the art world, whether due to disability, health, social circumstances, or art processes.
I'd looked around for some kind of organisation that perhaps deals with people who are slightly outside the ordinary realm, and I'd never found anything. And then last year I discovered Outside In.
And in terms of sort of having a place and something to do on a regular basis, was actually very, very encouraging.
It is 10-week course, and I've come to nearly all of them.
This year I had my last operation ever, so I thought to myself I'm going to stick with something, and proud that I've done this course and it's helped me in more ways.
I'm a sort of pensioner now, but I've had mental health problems for most of my adult life. And always been interested in art. I went to art school. It kind of reconnected me with my art school days.
As well as structuring courses, we've also produced course handbooks, and they're going to be course handbooks for the tutor. We've got course handbooks for the participants, and then also what we're going to produce, which we haven't quite done yet, but it's in the pipeline, is handbooks for the venues as well.
I think it will make me feel really proud of myself, what I've achieved. When I started doing art, it was only about 4 years ago, and I not even touched a pencil, not to that point.
The programme consists of 2 courses. The first is Interpreting Collections, which provides participants with the skills to research and interpret works of art.
Interpreting Collections is a 10-week programme where people are supported to learn the skills in order to research and do a piece of their own dedicated research into an artist's work, primarily initially focusing on the gallery's collections.
It's opening up avenues of thought and avenues of interest that I didn't even know I was interested in.
One of the things that was really great this time was a couple of people came with ideas of things that they wanted to research, and so the things that they were doing within the project kind of expanded outside it and turned into what I think will become much bigger projects for them.
I've been on a really exciting journey, and it's taken me to places that I never thought about, and met lots of people, and been to places like the Tate Library in London, which has been a really rich experience.
At the end of the project, they'll do their own piece of work into a painter, an artist, or an idea or movement, and that will form their sort of finished piece and present it more widely to the rest of the Step Up group.
That can bring art into the modern day, because quite a lot of instances art is seen as something that just hangs up on a wall, and you take notice of it for a couple of weeks and then that's it. But in fact it is such an integral part of everybody's life, and you just don't realise that walking around.
It's been really lovely to have a go at an iPad, because I don't have one, and I don't think I'd have gone out and bought one.
I've had it hard, people have put me down quite a lot of my life, and the only thing I've ever got credit for is my paintings in the past, really, and so that's why I'm interested in lots of people's paintings now. So.
In session 6, we looked at other sources for research, so primary and secondary sources, films and interviews, and you were encouraged to research around your subject, which I know a lot of you have done in rather more detail than was expected of you, but that's been really interesting to see how that's definitely furthered your research in some really interesting directions, gone above and beyond the call of duty, so that's been great.
It seemed a kind of good step, a sort of transition step, to be part of something different and a gallery rather than a mental health centre. So that was a big plus. So.
I think that before I came here I was extremely introverted, isolated and essentially miserable. I saw this as an opportunity initially just to get out of the house and just to try and do something. I never expected to end up here.
And because I suffer with tinnitus as well, so I listen, hear discos constantly, even when I'm sleeping, when I'm awake, and just focusing on something else just blocks it all out, and I can amazed of actually what I can draw and what I can accomplish.
I've learned a lot about myself and tried out skills and talents that I didn't quite know I had, and it's given me more confidence.
But the word surrealism, oh, I know something. and that's the way I went, actually. And it's amazing how that one word actually took me into the world of art, but also exploded it as well. And I love that because it makes you start asking all kinds of questions on different levels.
The second, Workshop Leaders, develops participants' skills relating to facilitating and leading workshops.
Workshop Leaders has evolved into a 10-week programme led by a dedicated course leader. There's a student handbook, there's now a tutor's handbook, so all the content's there. It's structured, so there are key learning outcomes for each stage of the project.
What's gone really well with Step Up this round for me is the fact that everybody that attended has really engaged with it, really gelled with each other, and became a very strong team.
And one of the things I did want to do before I joined up, which is one of the reasons I did join up, was to actually work with other people in a workshop context. So what it's actually enabled me to do is to focus those ideas and really think through what I would like to do, who I would like to work with and how.
Take my own workshop. Like taking city people who hasn't been in the country and take a workshop with them.
With the new pack that I've made, the workshop pack that we've tried and tested here, that can go a lot further. We could use it here within other galleries with other creative environments. I think the pack allows other marginalised groups to access a workshop, and this is, I think, very flexible.
Volunteer course assistants support the course tutors, assisting with setting up the room, making drinks, and helping out with participants.
And then hopefully some of them have already written or are writing their proposals, so that they will be going out and running their workshops within the gallery here, hopefully within the community.
I think the course has given me the resources to know how to set up the materials, how to look at health and safety, and how to be inclusive in the workshop so that I can help the participants have a play with the art and just enjoy themselves.
It's given them the skills to work within a variety of settings in a very accessible way, so it's sort of keeping the ethos of the gallery at heart about inclusivity, so they're trained to support a wide range of people in a creative activity in a sort of cultural setting, gallery, museum or otherwise.
I'm probably going to continue doing some workshops with the primary age. That started off during the Step Up programme, so some paid work, because finally, it's been my dream to tutor art, so with my diploma I'm able to sort of have the confidence to share painting, drawing, sculpture and printmaking, so yeah, it's been brilliant.
The process of running a workshop we've gone through step by step, so that's been good because you can learn how to actually run the workshop in progressive steps rather than do it all in one go.
Yeah, really good. It's been really helping and to achieve the goal that I want to achieve, to run my own workshops. So it's really helped me with my confidence.
The activities that have been planned over the 10 weeks, they've been amazing as well, because for me personally they've got me back into working on things that I wouldn't have gone anywhere near, and certainly wouldn't have thought of. And they've all been actually quite inspiring.
One of the things that I'm currently going to get involved with is I'm going to be sort of like running little art classes for the homeless. I want to use the experience of the Step Up to help me to maybe formalise it a little bit more, so that like I've got a better background in teaching techniques and how to sort of actually teach art rather than just pass on skills that I've acquired.
I think the sort of major improvements have been around the formalising of the content and the course structure. A lot of the hard work that's gone on to make the project more professional. I think it's been very successful. It's enabled the participants to have a sort of more measured progress, so that the learning outcomes and the journey is better evidenced. So I think that's gone a long way to improving the whole thing.
I think I'd like a little bit more time for the practical work. I hate to say this, but perhaps a bit more homework to help assimilate a lot of the theory.
The whole experience, the way that the Step Up course got us, first of all, to have a conversation about the artwork, and then to research it, really, I found it very absorbing.
I think it would be nice if the facilitators, leaders, had a chance to get to know a Step Up as a little bit better.
The only criticism is that sometimes the practice is a bit short, especially in the afternoons when people have got to get off to catch trains and the rest.
It was really quite challenging to run the sessions with such a wide range of abilities. Some people who had MAs and some people who had really quite a lot of support needs. And so pitching and delivering to people who had, I think, quite a wide variety of expectations as well was really difficult.
Experience of the whole thing in terms of support and what have you has been fantastic, to be quite honest. It really has.
I think what's gone especially well is the fact that we have gone from it being quite an open-ended training programme, where people were given quite a lot of freedom, and the tutors given quite a lot of freedom within the courses, but that would make it quite unfeasible about rolling it out. So what we've done is streamlined the sessions and the programmes and actually made them into structured courses, so they can be delivered by tutors at any venue with anybody as well.
The one thing I would change, and it's something I have experienced in the past, is getting our Step Up group, to work together more collaboratively as a group.
I think the next phase of Step Up, it would be very worthwhile to know that we're going to be in the same room at the same venue each session.
I've really enjoyed working with the team, and that's been an invaluable opportunity. I've really been really impressed with the inclusivity of the place, and I felt part of the team, part of the gallery.
I was on the course. There was a situation where I needed a bit of support, but I didn't really know how to ask for it, even though there was people in the room. But if you did need some support, one of the volunteers would actually come over and check that you were okay if they saw you was a little bit wobbly, which I thought was really good.
I think Step Up's at the point where it can sort of properly move to the next phase, where it's part of the sort of offer that's going out to our partner organisations, museums, galleries, even smaller arts projects, and can be actually moved on, so less localised to the gallery. And that's happened through the sort of professionalising of the course content, the handbooks, and the work that Sonia's done around that.
Well, one of the problems I've had with Step Up is the distance involved. I mean, coming down a few times is nice, but every week has been quite a chore.
I really do like it.
Can't fault it, to be honest. Can't fault it.
It's been really enjoyable. Thank you.
This experience has been really rewarding.
Working in the small gallery around the artworks is absolutely brilliant.
To me, this course, the effect that it's had on me, almost makes me cry. Because I always wanted to write, and all my life I've been knocked down. That's it, really. The only effect it's had on me is I need a box of bloody tissue.
And free coffee, maybe, from the cafe.
That's a question I'm still asking myself, what next?